under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. Let's try that again. This is our copyright disclaimer under Section 107 of the Copyright Act of 1976. We're cutting our intro. We're remixing our intro and collabing with someone at the moment. So we're just going to drop our countdown. Here it goes. Oh, well, yes, it is our own. Let's see. Hold up. We want our countdown. All right, we're having a wacky start to this. Let's just roll with it. Boom. We'll just cut it there. Do it like that. We still got our copyright up, our countdown in, and here we are. Pull up. What's up, everybody? Come on, internet. Don't start buffering now. Whoop whoop. Chiro Sounds. What's going on, y'all? We're live here at the shop. Sky's the Limit Smoke Shop. Yeah. 3929 East Los Angeles. What is up? It is a hot one, folks. Tina C, I hope you're keeping hydrated out there. And yes, I have my mute button off. Thank goodness. Not like yesterday. Woo, moon at noon. Hopefully you're in nice weather. I heard Jackie Barnes was giving me a weather report from up in Oregon. Yeah, she's in a nice area. It's mid 70s, nice and perfect, I could imagine. We are cooking out here. Yes, you could fry the eggs outside right now. And let's have a look. Yeah, we've been getting used to checking the forecast here. We're going to pull it up for you. This is for California, folks. And have a look at that. 97 right now in Boyle Heights. It is cooking. Oh my goodness. What's happening out there, folks? Wow. Chiro Sounds is freezing. Can I send you some of this heat over there, Chi? I don't know if you'd like some of that. Anyone need some heat vibes? Let me know. Tina C says hit the thumbs up. Appreciate that, Tina C. We have two of them. Hit both of them. Yeah, so let's see. We're going to do our Bigfoot report, usual Bigfoot report. There's some reports to read. Are they real? Who knows? Especially now with the whole Patterson Gimlin situation. I'm sure most of you are up to speed with what may be going on. And I'm keeping my eye out for this documentary. Hopefully, it'll be showing somewhere soon. I'd be willing to travel a little bit too if I have to. 30 here, says Roger. I think that's Kentucky somewhere. Roger likes to stay low key. What's up, Daryl? Daryl and I were hanging out earlier over at Andy's Alienate UK. And yeah, Andy and I are doing a little work behind the scenes. He's going to help me out. We're going to help each other out. And so stay tuned. That's why I've been cutting the intro short. And yeah, I got to tune some things up for the channel. We'll be doing that. I'm not even going to bother. I'll read. Look, we're still hotter than Death Valley. Can you believe that? Like 2 degrees. Death Valley is 95 at the moment. And we're beating them by 2 degrees. It's boiling in Boyle Heights. What up, Juanito? What's going on, brother? I got my brother right here at the shop, so we got backup here. We could kick back for a little bit. I know some people are going to be going live in about an hour, a little less than an hour, so we won't interrupt their stream. Actually, we'll be hanging out over there, over with the Hellbenders. And yeah, let's get into some of these reports popping off. There's been several dots added to the Bigfoot Mapping Project. So let's get into that. I was already zoomed in an area. So depending how it goes, you can see New York lit up here. Let me share the screen. So we got a report out of New York, which I do believe, yeah, there's Bigfoots in New York. We got one here in Montana that we'll get into. Missouri is lit up. Maybe it's Momo. Momo Monster. Y'all know Momo, right? And then Oklahoma City, I think we read that one. That might have been read the other night, but we'll double check. And I think we've got into West Virginia as well. But look at that. Another one out of West Virginia. Looks like Southern West Virginia. What's up, Izzy Pop? Welcome on in. Made it on time for the afternoon Bigfoot report here from NorCal, Southern Oregon Bigfoot Project, Sky's the Limit Skywatch Squad, broadcasting from Sky's the Limit Smoke Shop. Yes, I. Yeah, yeah, we'll have to take a look at these Virginia reports. Maybe someone inspired someone else from West Virginia. Maybe it's the same person. We don't know. It makes me wonder. And taking a quick scan, let's refresh this while we do this too. Gotta remember to keep it funky fresh. Where's Blazer at? Is he blazing one up? Hillbilly, probably doing some garden work. We were just hanging out earlier. Also over at Andy's. Let's take a quick scan around the planet. Yeah, I know. I feel like I'm kind of rushing through this. Keep an eye on the time. And I did hit Jeff up. We're gonna call Jeff to the office right quick. Jeff to the office, please. Yeah, y'all know the homie Jeff. He's a local. He's actually out of OC, but he's been by the shop several times, and he's become a really good friend. And he's followed the channel for years, and he was involved with that whole Knott's Bigfoot at near Knott's Berry Farm situation he had mentioned, and so I hit him up this morning. I'm like, "Yo, what's up, man? Let's lock it in. Let's get you on, and let's get this going because I'm really interested in that. I had no idea he was involved with that. So let's head on over to Montana. Montana. It says Beaverhead Deer Lodge National Forest looks like. Seems to be popping up. Looks like a yellow squatch here to the left. Some sort of history of activity nearby. As we drop the squatch a little more. Keeping an eye out in the chat too. My sister and her family lives over in West Virginia. Right on. We'll see if it's in their area, Roger. And Herb is still 15 minutes ahead. Says Blazer. There's Dix Creek. This looks like I don't know, some logging went on here. What happened here? It looks like a bald patch. It looks like a dry lake almost, or something like that. What happened there? That looks interesting. But anyways, really forested area. I don't see any other towns or any roads other than that creek popping up there. Let's take a look at what this report's saying. 6/18/2001, 5 a.m. Height 8-footer. The 8-footer seems to be like an average that I'm noticing. Pop the pencil out. Quick reminder. Take them notes. Sounds like a hunter. So hunting with a friend, and we came across these giant footprints about 18 inches, so at least 8 feet tall after some math. We kept walking and picked up some elk tracks, which led to a blood pool and an eaten elk. Wow, 10-pointer. Ooh, Very interesting. Yeah, follow the elk, huh? That's what some say. I'm with that. Roger that, Star Fox. Sending me a text. Kept walking, eventually coming to an opening in the trees, and we hear an enormous, strange sound like a bear or bear roar. I thought I was going to say a bear or a boar. A bear roar that turned into a short elk whistle. What the hell? Kind of sound. And we started running and took cover behind some rocks. A few moments of silence later, and we see this giant grizzly bear looking thing, but it was on two legs. Whoa, WTF. It was hard to see without binoculars, but we did have a camera that could zoom. That's what we used to see it better. Did you record? Then it let out another sound, and we hid back behind the rock because we thought it might have seen us. We left about 10 minutes after. Whoa, that is a heck of a report. And did it sound anything like, or more like, mm. And yes, it did leave footprints. So I wonder if they recorded it. Here, there's a little more. Let's see. Additional comments. It says, we didn't want people to think we were crazy. Hear that all the time, right? So we never shared the photos. Cool. Photos taken. Recently, we started hanging out together again at a reunion, and we remembered the encounter we had, and we pulled the photos out of storage and we uploaded them here. Where's here? There's no link to photos or anything, and there is a section where it says website, so you could add your website and stuff. We've seen people add their YouTube videos, people add audio files and stuff. So here, describing the color again, brown, which has been reoccurring. Yeah, we hear the browns a lot. Interesting report there. Let's see what chat's saying. Chat slowing down. William Nighthawk tapping in. Always follow your food source. Never know when you'll get the munchies, says William Nighthawk. Aha. I'm reading all that seriously. I'm like trying to look at the. Aha. Nighthawk. And Nighthawk, yes, bro. I will text you after this because we need to talk. And thank you for being patient, brother. Glad you're here. Let's head on east. Let's make our way east a little bit. And the next one would be this Oklahoma one. And I do believe we read this. Let's check it out right quick. There is a few other squatches, yellow, green ones, some footprints. So somewhat some activity in this area. And actually, let's drop it a little more. Let's drop the squatch a little bit more. Yeah, it looks like sequoia spelled differently. What the hell? There's a Highway 101 here. It's not the same 101 we got over here on the West Coast, but that's cool. And the US Highway 59 over here. Let's drop the hairy man a little more. Looks like quite a bit of looks like a farm again. Yeah, it looks like some hay bales or something right there, right? These little squares or something. Maybe a ranch. Look at that over here too. Interesting area, but they got some cover here, which is cool. Something could be squatching around, and apparently something is. So let's have a look at this report. 10/24/02, 6:30 p.m. 8-footer again. You know, you got to put that 8 in the notes. See a lot of 8-footers. Urso aloha. Rada. Anyone else? We got maybe some lurking. Only 9 hanging out. That's all good. That's all we need. So 10/24/02, 6:30, 8-footer. No vocalization, no sex either. No sex in the champagne room, folks. I was traveling west on Highway 101 north of Salisaw, Oklahoma. I saw it walking across an opening of a tree slash fence line. I noted the time of 8:30. Good man. That's another thing to keep in mind. Put in the notes. Check time if possible. Right. Important. I mean, if you can, check time, check weather, check a whole lot of things. Check the shorts, just in case if you're worried, Eddie. Oh gosh, they call it the underwear changing moment. Some right. I always look at the open field for deer. Right on. Looking north at the field, the opening is located at the northwest corner of the field. The pictures I have attached are for reference only. It was too big to be a human walking from right to left across the opening. I did not think anyone would believe me, so I did not ever discuss it with anyone other than family. And that's about it for that one. Another brown one here, and yeah, no link to anything, to any pictures. So a couple of teasers there. It's all good. And, that's one of the things we're going to talk about here is evidence. We're always like, where's the evidence? Where are the receipts? Um, because there's a lot of stories, a lot of claims, and it's become, I mean, headline things. If you're in the Bigfoot topic, of course, with the Patterson Gimlin footage, the new documentary out, and I wanted to also, uh, yeah, clear up the name because I've been confused on the name. There's also another Bigfoot, I guess, documentary or movie possibly with a similar name. So we'll take a look at that and hopefully clear that up, at least for myself. So heading northeast a little bit from there, crossing a couple state lines, or at least one here, depending how you go. We're in southern Missouri. Where's Momo out of exactly? I've seen the documentaries. I'm just not 100 at the moment off the top of the dome where Momo's from. But anytime I hear Missouri, I think of Momo. And I see Pleasant Hope Conservation Area popping up here. Quite a bit of green, and then again, some like mowed down fields. Again, looking like a farm. You see some structures over here, and then a lot of looks like mowed down areas. I don't see any cows, and I do see a few. What are these things? Big old smart pots. What's going on over here? All right, these look like possible cows over here. Looks like some colorful dots or something here. Possible cattle, bovine, and whoa, what the heck? See, this is what I'm talking about. That you got to zoom in on this app because now we got two green dots right next to each other. Very interesting. Let's get into this. So this one says 11:17:08, 3:30 p.m. No height or sex on this one. Yes, it did vocalize. So we got some vocalization on this one. Where my vocals at? And 45 minutes of vocalizations. Whoa. It sounded exactly like the Sierra sounds, some strange broken English gibberish. To clarify, there were at least three vocalizing. I made a wood knock and it responded by sounding like a bulldozer going through the woods at 70 miles an hour. Whoa. Uh oh. It sounded like entire trees were being knocked down and obliterated. And I know going through bush, it could sound like that. Maybe it's not as destructive. Sometimes I've heard of weird stuff, people reporting stuff like that, and there isn't no disturbance where they heard the sounds. And it says, whatever I had done, they were not happy. I made a whoop, bad idea, as they began throwing rocks at me. And I don't mean to laugh at the report, but man, I gotta. Hopefully, he wasn't getting beamed. There were palm sized rocks landing within 6 feet of me. No visual sighting of anything or any tree damage was ever observed. Interesting. See? It sounded like they were 15 feet away and probably farther, maybe due to the excitement and everything. Estimates. What is it? Rear objects in rear view mirror may appear closer than they or may be closer than they appear. Oh man! So didn't see any young there, no footprints, and yes, we heard some knocks. And I think it was so they must have knocked back, unless he's counting his knocks as knocks. Never know. So let's see what's going on with the second report here. So this is 11/17/08, right under it here, closer to this East 55th Street Road. And this one says 11/17/08, 3:30 p.m. So it might be the same. Yeah. See, there you go. Same report. And we did mention this last, and we have mentioned it several times. Little glitches happen here and there with the website. It's still an awesome website. I recommend it. And yeah, it seems to be the same report there. So just a little heads up. Man, I got excited. I was like, cool, another report out of the same area. And again, disclaimer, take these reports with a grain of whatever you like. Not saying these are true, but you can gather information, some sort of data. And since we're not in the field, we're online doing this, geeking out on the whole Squatch Bigfoot topic. We love it. Hashtag, what is it? Do what I want. What is it? There's this new hashtag that popped up. I've been using it. Well, it's new to me, and it's kind of funny. It's like, do what you want to do or something. Do what you like. So this is let's see, where are we now? All right, Southwest Virginia, and I think this is the newer report. We'll double check on this one above it right quick, because I do think we read that, and if it sounds familiar, then yeah, this is a short one. I could even read it again to you right quick. It says, I was hiking around the river, and then I hear a scream. Yep. That sounds like a woman, but then it stopped. Then I see two of them. And he spelled two with two TOO. Got to watch out for those AI reports. AI reports. All right. Let's go under here. Hopefully, it's a little bit longer than that one. So 9/1/19, 1 p.m. All right. Yeah. Got a bit of reading to do here. Let's get into it. Let me look at chat right quick. It says mother-in-laws are only thing Bigfoot fears. Laugh out loud, William Nighthawk. Hopefully you're feeling good today, brother. I love when you come through with the jokes, and that deserves it. It says mother-in-laws are the only thing Bigfoot fears. Yes, you read that right. Surprised you didn't get blocked for using that word on YouTube, Blaze. Jeez. All right. Might have some background. Might have some background sounds. We got some customers up in here. Let's see, Gnome Drew. What's he saying? What Blazer say? All right, it says here the date given may be off by a week or two. Right on. Late evening during ginseng season, I had my. So hold up. Is ginseng? Is that Whoops. I meant to. Hold up. Is ginseng illegal to pick everywhere? Is that like a nationwide thing? You're not allowed to pick it anywhere? Or is there some places where it's legal? Let me know. So it was ginseng season. I had my sister drop me off on the side of Little Big Davy Road a few hours before dark. I asked her to come back and pick me up around dusk. Just drive up and down the road from the top of the mountain. I'll be there somewhere. Jeez. Can't even give her a designated location. That sucks. Waste of gas, too, with gas prices right now. Hell no, I ain't doing that. I was in the woods for a few hours. I had probably walked a total of 2.5 or 3 miles, crisscrossing the mountainside looking for ginseng. Just after the sun was setting behind the mountains, the holler I was in got dark decently quick. Well, yeah, if you're in the holler, right, as soon as that sun sets, it's a done deal. Yeah, it was like that up in the hills too. You know, we had certain little ridges, and once the sun's over that, it's lights out, Papa. Yeah. So the holler I was in got dark decently quick, but still bright enough to see without a flashlight. As I approached the road, I hear a large snap behind me that caught my attention. I spun to look, expecting to see a black bear or a large deer running from me, but I see nothing. Then I heard 2 loud knocks. The best way I would describe it would be a Louisville slugger. Yeah, and that description's used a whole lot, let me tell you. Louisville slugger being swung with as much force as possible at a solid oak tree. And so I'd consider those power knocks, what we call power knocks, right? Not the tongue clicks, not using the mouth. I think they're using something. They're hitting using a tree, a Louisville slugger. Maybe they borrowed from a backyard or something. I immediately got goosebumps and picked my pace up and got to the road. Did you get picked up? Yeah, does it say anything else here? No color, no nothing. Just heard those sounds. Wood knocks, yes. Oh, man. Pretty scary. Did you score any ginseng? No details on that. But yeah, fresh report there out of West Virginia. That was a good one. I like that. And let's have a look at let's see, you have to pick mature plants at least 3 leaves old in Virginia and West Virginia. Thank you, Brother William Nighthawk. And salute to you, sir. Yes. All right, let's head on over to New York. Let's see here. Better pay my brother. All right, anybody know Fink Hollow? Yeah. Y'all hear it? Y'all getting the scoop there if you could hear it. Don't get Big Brother involved here. I'm telling you, you never know what's gonna go down at the shop, folks. It's real life ish. East Los Angeles is hot, I'm telling you. Attitudes flare up to wildlife acting crazy. Krill Road, what the hell? You can score your krills there. And Messler Hill Road here, so I guess Krill turns into Messler Road. And damn, what the hell is going on over here? We got a Blazer. Take it easy, bro. Take it easy. Booty Hill Road. Party over there. But yeah, no, there's some greenery here. A lot of dry areas, it looks like. And let's see what's going on out here. 5:20 21:16, 6 a.m. No vocalization, no sex, no height. So let's see what's going on here. It looks like a hunter as well. Taking a look at the length of this and taking a look at the time. Oh, let's get this recording and then we're going to hop off out of here and head on over to Help and Hollers live stream. Maybe someone will share a link there if you like this type of content. And salute to them, man. They've been doing amazing work over on their channel and in the field, on film. Or is it film? We don't use film anymore. On screen. Let's get through this report. I was turkey hunting. Ooh. Turkey hunting with my 14-year-old son and my brother and his friend. This was our first time hunting this area. We were split up in two groups and entered the woods in the dark. After not hearing any turkeys, we decided to meet back up. As my son and I were walking back up the hill to meet my brother and his friend, we heard a really loud smack against a tree about 70 yards away. Another wood knock situation here. Where's our wood knock? There we go. And where I lost my place. This guy's being loud and throwing me off. Jesus. My brother's probably breathing a sigh of relief. Now, take a break, bro. Made me lose my place. As my son and I were walking back up the hill to meet my brother and his friend, we heard a really loud smack against a tree about 70 yards away. It sounded like a 2x4 hitting a tree. We stopped and looked in that direction, but couldn't see anything. I decided to keep walking, and it did it again. Jeez. We were both shocked and decided to keep walking uphill to meet my brother. When we reached the top of the ridge, they had made the noise. They had heard it too. Sorry about that. And asked if we had made the noise. Got it. We didn't see anything other hunters in the area or cars parked anywhere. It was really strange. Over the past 10 years, we have had a few other strange things happen in this area. Wood knocks, yes. I called this to Sasquatch Chronicles episode 536 I was on. Right on. So if you're into Sasquatch Chronicles, check out episode 536 and you could hear more about this encounter here. So that's always good when there's some sort of link or source to more information about the case. And there you have it. The Bigfoot Mapping Project reports. There hadn't been any other reports on any other of the sites we usually check out. So we're just going to go ahead and call this good. I did share a post. I seen that, someone had sent in, I guess, Dave Politis. He reads off letters in the beginning before in his videos. And someone had mentioned the cryptid huntress and some of her RVing and all that. And he seemed like he fired back. I took it like he fired back. And later to you, Nighthawk. Thank you for Richard. Yeah, bro, we get him here. Loud people. Andre the Giant versus Bigfoot Fart says Gnome Drew. Yeah, so he said some words, and let's see, it was a response to the letter that someone wrote in, talking about the cryptid huntress's RVing and a particular case having to do with pyramids and some of her information, or she calls data, on it. And so I had to share that. I tagged her on it. And I also hit her up and gave her the heads up. And we'll see if I don't know, she'll have a talk with him or something like that. But I wanted to bring that up. And just, with everything happening, especially once again with the Patterson footage and everything, everything's going to get scrutinized more. Things are going to change for sure. But I think for the better. We're gonna have to just tighten up our laces and use the best of our knowledge and our techniques, and then bring forth the best information we can, from the field or wherever it may be. And I'm practicing. I'm learning all that stuff myself too, and I love sharing what I call, my evidence and stuff like that. And I think that might be another issue. Is just we got to bring forth what we talk about, and maybe he knows about her. I don't know. I would imagine, but I know he's brought up other RVers, and he's offered them to like a challenge to find any of his 411 cases. And I don't know what the prize would be or something like that, but I have heard him mention that he's offered that to some of the best RVers out there, and that they turned it down, or just didn't. They had something going, and I guess it never came to happening. And I'm skeptical about the RV stuff. I'm sure it's possible. I think humans have abilities, capabilities, and stuff like that. But I don't know if anyone has been using them online to in our field. But I find it interesting. But I don't. Yeah, I don't use those techniques myself. Um, but yeah, definitely if you're bringing stuff up, you got to back your stuff up. People test you on the street, online, and so we got to be careful. And so yeah, I want to make sure uh, everything's cool, because Jessica's a friend. I've been on her show, and I've brought it up even the last time I was on. I don't agree with a lot of the things the show she brings up, and stuff like that, or maybe information. I question a lot of things, and then from there I'm open to anything and everything. Anything is possible. I'm with that. But yeah, just so we protect ourselves and from people, because even when I post videos and stuff, maybe not everyone sees what you're seeing. And of course thumbnails and titles could be deceiving at times. And then some of the stuff we get into is far out as well. It's all questionable, and we're doing our best to bring forth the information. And then yeah, just also being careful what we find on online and on different platforms. Even with the Patterson stuff, it's still a issue. We still I haven't seen the documentary, but a lot's being said, and I believe a lot of it, but I got to find out for myself. And again, if there's any videos or anything I ever present, and I have been, I've gotten like uh, even today a short of the alien Vegas situation. I got a comment there like, that's all BS, right? It's like, well, let us know how. Like, I'm still up in the air with that, and I've been back and forth, and I go back and forth with things. And but yeah, to protect ourselves, I think we should just bring the receipts, bring the goods, keep doing our work. But yeah, I want to be able to adapt to how things are changing now, and see yeah what the best things are. Like if you're collecting evidence, if you're taking video, I'm learning more about videos and cameras and how to work them, our gadgets that we get. And yeah, it's just a lot to take in. And who knows? Maybe Jessica will fire back. But I did when I did share the post. I did put that I wanted to hear David Polite, because I'm surprised he didn't mention anything about the Patterson documentary, which is again a hot topic right now. And I know Wild and Weird West Virginia are gonna. If not, I think they did a live stream earlier today, or are going to be doing, also covering the whole Patty topic, which I'm sure is going to be going on for quite a bit. So buckle up for the ride. And yeah, Jessica Jones, hang tight. And yeah, y'all be safe. Take care. And we are out of here. Before we head out, gotta throw this up. Don't forget, Sky's the Limit Smoke Shop is where we're broadcasting from. East Los Angeles, 3925 East Olympic Boulevard. Drop us a DM on Instagram. Y'all stay hydrated, stay blessed, stay safe, folks. And we are out here. Oh, here we go. Let me make sure. Let me check the chat right quick. Robin M doesn't have a shield. Let's give her a shield. You should have one, Robin. Oh, whoops. We're going to her channel. Didn't mean to do that. Add as moderator. I'm not missing. Well, I'm probably missing comments, but I'm just making sure because sometimes people will sneak in a little prize and don't want to miss any of that stuff. I always feel bad. Miggy, what's up? We're about to head out of here. Noble, salute to you. Main thing you got to watch that dwarf dude out there in California land, says Noble. Main thing you got to watch out for or watch that dwarf dude. I can't read. I still think Patty film is real and legit. That's my opinion, Roger says. Yeah, Roger, stand by it until we find out more details. All right, y'all. Y'all stay blessed. And see, thank you, Robin, for dropping in. And you stay hydrated and cool. I know it's really hot where you're at too. You're out here with us. We're cooking out here, folks. And much love to everyone. Jessica Jones, much love. Take care. Boom, we out of here.